Hey guys, welcome back to Zach Going Fire. Today we'll be doing a quick net worth update. This will be episode number 4 in my monthly series, and we are about 8 months from Barista Fire. We plan to retire next year around June or July, and we've already booked our initial exit from the country to start traveling around the world. That will be leaving next November, so it's starting to feel real. Let's get into it. In case you haven't seen my net worth update before, I use the Wealth Plus app on my phone to keep track of my net worth. I update it every month on the first of the month, and I have been using this app for many years. All right, so I have the app that I use on my phone up on the screen here, and we'll go ahead and start going into the numbers. All of my credit cards are showing a zero balance because I pay them off as we go. And we'll start with the debts. I have $3,030 from my margin loan, which I am using basically just to keep that muscle of borrowing money alive. If the market were to crash, I would borrow more money and invest it more aggressively. So that has no minimum payment on it. I have my car, which I depreciate every month by $100. Current value is $14,500. And Mindy's car was actually went down in value, estimated sale value this month to $15,085. At the end, I will show a pie chart showing how all of our money is invested and go into a little bit more detail. We have Mindy's HSA, which is in cash, $755. Mindy's traditional IRA, $14,457. This jumped up about $6,000 this month from where Mindy has retired from her full-time job, and she rolled over her 401k into this IRA. This is invested using Jason Kelly's 6-Sig plan, and lately, over the last few years, this 6-Sig has underperformed. But we're comfortable with leaving it in 6-Sig now. That's such a small portion of our overall net worth, and 6-Sig is somewhere in between the aggressiveness of 3-Sig and 9-Sig, so we're comfortable with that for now. Mindy's Roth IRA, almost $300,000, $298,914. And this is in transition from being in Jason Kelly's growth plans, moving on into the income SIG plan. We have my traditional IRA, $9,904. That's also in the 6-Sig plan. My Roth IRA, $513,292, and that, just like Mindy's Roth IRA, is in transition from Jason Kelly's growth plans into his income SIG plan. We have what I call the bridge account. This is just a regular taxable brokerage account, $161,959. This is all in on Jason Kelly's income SIG plan, and this is where we will be pulling money out from first when we start withdrawing in our retirement next year. We have my 401k, $1,559. That is following Jason Kelly's 3-Sig plan. That has also underperformed in the last few years. When I leave my job, I'll be rolling this on over into my regular IRA here. We have my HSA with McLean. That's in cash, $1327. When I leave my job, I can roll that into my HSA and Fidelity. My HSA and Fidelity is also following Jason Kelly's 6-Sig plan. It's at $16,617. The joint Fidelity account, that's where we have our Carnival stock, 100 shares of Carnival, so that we get discounts on Carnival cruises and Princess cruises. It's at a value of 28.83. Upside is a app that I use to get discounts on. We have $3 there. PayPal, and I also use that as a debit card and to get discounts. We have $389 there. And then we have $42,111 in Capital One in cash. And that's divided up into emergency funds and various sinking funds. So we have a net worth of $1,090,725. Let's dive into some more of how that is invested, and I'll show you the pie chart. Okay, so here's the pie chart showing how our net worth is broken down. We have about 25% in bonds. We have 43% in stocks or stock ETFs. We don't invest in any individual stocks except for the holdings we have in Carnival. The income ETFs represent about 26% of our net worth. That's funds like QYLD and other funds that use options and things that pay good high dividends. So this is somewhere between the bonds and stocks as far as risk. We have about 4% in cash and about 3% in our vehicles. And next year when we retire, we'll be selling the vehicles, and the cash we get from that will get integrated into the rest of our money. Going back to the Wealth Plus app, we'll talk a little bit about the performance of our net worth. So over the last couple of months, in September, the end of September, we celebrated both of our birthdays, Mindy's and mine. And we bought a lot of things for our birthdays for each other. And we also started up our business as a travel agent. So we had a lot of expenses buying things like a MacBook, iPad, and business license, things like that. So over the last couple of months, we definitely have spent a lot more than normal, and we've drawn down some of this that we had in our cash account. That being said, over the last month, our net worth has been able to go up by 2.8%, or just under $30,000. So overall, pretty happy with that. This is looking at the portfolio, the overall portfolio in our Empower, showing the last year of performance up 14.59%, versus if we were invested 100% in US stocks, it would have been up 20.34%. I'm happy with this performance because we're not trying to be 100% invested in stocks. We are trying to be a little more conservative. And if the stock market were to crash, we would outperform the market then. So guys, to wrap up, I'm going to leave you with a look here at my largest account, which is my Roth IRA in M1. Current balance is $512,577.63. Over the last year, it has returned over $161,000 for a return of 45%. And you can see where I've been funding the account. I've added $5,500 this year and $7,000 last year to fill up the account. Most of that growth came from 9SIG, which is a very aggressive, very volatile plan. And I have been transitioning into the income SIG plan. And that's where you can see a rebalance is pending, and there's cash from dividends that's about to get integrated into the account come Monday. And so the current allocation to income SIG is 70%, and I'm adjusting that up to 85%. And I'll bring down the percentage allocated to the growth plans, 3SIG, 6SIG, and 9SIG, from about 10% each down to about 5% each. So I really encourage you guys to check out Jason Kelly's website and his book, The 3% Signal. That's where I've been able to grow my investments a lot. And until next time, guys, let's continue to drive towards financial freedom.